White House shooter. We'll give you the updates in the investigation of the man who police say took a shot at the president's mansion.
Blood wars. What color do you bleed? We'll show you the American Red Cross's spin on donating blood this holiday season.
And Project Read, how adults in Provo find hope for a better future in a program that teaches them to read. I'm Lydia DeFranchi.
And I'm Janae Anderson. It's Thursday, November 17th, and in Utah, it's 12 o'clock.
From KBYU and the BYU Department of Communications. This is the award-winning 11 News at noon.
A man is now in police custody in Pennsylvania, suspected of shooting at the White House. 11 News reporter Taylor Lansford tells us more about the man police say may be the shooter and how he has connections to Idaho and Utah.
21-year-old Oscar Ortega Hernandez from Idaho Falls told his family he was on his way to Utah, but is now in police custody on the East Coast. Police arrested Oscar Ortega Hernandez on Wednesday afternoon in Indiana, Pennsylvania at a Hampton Inn. The desk clerk working there recognized Ortega from his picture and called authorities.
He was taken into custody on the basis of a United States Park Police warrant based on a shooting that occurred at the White House on November 11th, 2011.
Ortega has a criminal record in both Idaho and Utah and is now facing charges on the other side of the country. Police say Ortega fired shots at the White House near the family living quarters. One bullet did puncture a window, but then was stopped by a layer of bulletproof glass. Soon after the shooting, authorities found a wrecked car about half a mile away from the White House on Constitution Avenue.
After the vehicle was recovered, our detectives and crime scene investigators recovered some evidence from the vehicle, and this information led to a suspect that we would like to speak with.
The car contained a semi-automatic weapon registered to Ortega and several shot rounds. Officials say bullets that were found on the south side of the White House came from that rifle, but they're still waiting for tests to confirm their conclusions. Ortega is scheduled to appear in federal court in Pittsburgh today at 2 p.m. Authorities say that friends and family of Ortega believe he has a direct personal interest in the White House and the president. We'll keep you up to date with more details as the story unfolds. Lydia?
Police are investigating a suspicious package left at a Wells Fargo parking lot in West Jordan. Officers arrived at the parking lot around 4:30 a.m. after receiving calls about a man making threats to the bank. Police found the man parked in a car near the bank where they found evidence of an explosive inside. The man is now in custody, and the bomb squad took the package to a secure location to investigate.
The big rivalry games between BYU and Utah might be over, but the battle between blue and red continues. As 11 News reporter Julianne Horsley shows us, this fight starts right at the vein.
What color do you bleed? It's not rivalry week, but some people are taking the phrase bleeding blue seriously.
We bleed blue! Yeah!
YServe, along with the American Red Cross, is hosting a What Color Do You Bleed blood drive until the end of the week. In past years, BYU would host a blood drive to build unity between the students leading up to the BYU-Utah football game. Even though the Cougars battled the Utes earlier this season, BYU wanted to keep the tradition of building school spirit while serving the community this time of year.
There's no football game that will be happening this weekend like in past years, so it's just purely to show your school pride and be community-minded.
I mean, definitely I want to support BYU and, you know, just show that really just to help other people, and it's a good opportunity.
But school pride isn't the only reason these Cougars give blood. The need for blood donations in hospitals increases as people begin their holiday travel. During this time of year, more accidents happen, so blood is in higher demand. But blood banks say they don't get as many donors because people are busier.
Well, we definitely need blood all the time, but especially now because, you know, we have so many injuries and things going on that we always need to have that supply of blood.
The American Red Cross says no matter where your true colors lie, every drop counts, red or blue. And for those of you unable to donate blood, the American Red Cross also set up a booth where you can make Christmas cards for our troops. And that's also located in the BYU Wilkinson Student Center. Back to you.
A newly proposed Utah bill could put you into a health plan, even if you don't want it. The legislation would automatically enroll low-income Utahns and publicly insured employees into the Utah Health Exchange, unless they take steps to opt out. The bill would make patient information accessible from doctor to doctor, but some argue the bill brings a double standard to patient privacy.
A Park City company that makes headphones claims a line of toys copied their logo. In a federal lawsuit, Skull Candy says Skell Animals infringes on their trademark logo because the animal's skull logo could confuse customers. The CEO of the makers of Skull Candy Animals refuses to discuss the suit, saying she doesn't know anything about it. When 11 News at noon returns, adult tutoring. See how a Provo program helps adults get back on track in their reading skills.
And Drum Circle. Occupy protesters in California add a little music to their protests, but police officers aren't impressed. We'll be right back.
A fight broke out between the Attorney General and County Attorney's offices, but it's about a food drive. Utah Attorney General Mark Shurtleff and Salt Lake County Attorney Sim Gill are duking it out over whose office can donate the most cans to the Utah Food Bank. Shurtleff won 2 of the past 3 drives, but together they've donated almost 45,000 pounds of food.
Reading programs aren't just for the kids anymore. 11 News reporter Jocelyn Langford tells us about a program that's helping adults who have trouble with everyday tasks as simple as writing their name.
Simon Ione moved to Utah only 6 years ago with just the money in his wallet. He planned to make a place for himself on the wrestling team at UVU. But his plan quickly changed when he realized that he wasn't cut out for college classes. He had trouble reading. That was until he found a program to help him get back on track.
I work with good people. They help me learn how to read.
2 days a week, Ione finds time between his 3 jobs to go to Project Read, where he practices reading skills that will help him meet future goals of one day going back to college to become a welder.
In Utah County alone, over 21,000 adults are illiterate. But Project Read aims to change that. And what better place to do it than in a library?
Project Read offers one-on-one tutoring to those who need help with even the simplest things, like reading a menu or their child's report card.
And our goal is to get them so that they are at a functional level where they can meet their personal goals, function in society, do the things that they need to do to feel like they are competent citizens.
All the tutors are volunteers who work with their students to find the best way for them to learn. For Ione, it's hands-on learning, and his tutor helps him do just that. In Provo, Jocelyn Langford, 11 News.
To learn how you can get involved with the Project Read as a tutor or as a student, visit Jocelyn's story on our website, 11news.byu.edu. The Utah Education Policy Center says a pilot program giving teachers bonuses for performance is getting mixed results. Evaluators say student test scores aren't improving more than normal, but teachers say communication with parents is better. Government leaders say they want to continue the program, and they believe more time is needed to see big improvements.
Chrysler brings some good news to Ohio's economy. Millionaires storm Capitol Hill and Occupy protesters occupy a California bank. This is your look at news from across the nation. A new Chrysler plant will bring in 1,100 jobs to Toledo, Ohio to build the new Jeep Liberty. Chrysler's CEO says he chose Toledo because the workers have great pride in the Jeep, and the plant will also boost Toledo's crumbling economy. The city mayor says he hopes this will help people see how great of a place Toledo really is. 24 millionaires stormed Capitol Hill with a surprising request: raise our taxes. They're pressuring lawmakers to get rid of the Bush tax cuts for the rich and let them help with the nation's $1.2 trillion deficit.
And I think the reason that we are here is we don't want to pay 70 and 90%, but that debt has to be paid. And it cannot be paid through slashing expenses alone. It has to include a robust revenue portion. And so that's what we are here to advocate the super committee do.
Occupy protesters tried to stake their claim in the San Francisco Bank of America. They set up a tent inside the bank yesterday and refused to leave. Some jumped on desks and banged drums while employees hid behind a counter. It took 40 officers in riot gear 4 hours to clear the bank. They arrested about 100 protesters, and as police loaded them into a sheriff's bus outside, the crowd cheered. And that's your look at news from across the nation. Lydia?
Still to come on the news at noon, finishing strong. As the volleyball season is near its end, we'll give you an update on how the Lady Cougars plan on getting a top 3 spot. Seasoned love. We'll show you a couple who takes the "it's never too late" saying to a whole new level.
And with Turkey Day just right around the corner, the sunny days are few. I'll tell you when you can expect some flakes. Your 11 weather when we return.
Well, can you believe in exactly 1 week we will be gorging ourselves on a Thanksgiving meal? I'm so excited.
But until the meantime, we're going to have a lot of people traveling on the road, so what can we expect for the weather in that?
Well, on tomorrow there's going to be lots of rain. Throughout the weekend there is going to be snow, but today's the last day before that bigger storm comes throughout the weekend.
Looking outside right now, we see just a couple clouds in the sky. It is pretty breezy, and there is still that sun shining through those clouds. And currently outside it is 36 degrees, so it's a bit chilly, and there's a 60% chance of 60% humidity. But as we get into the day, those clouds are going to stay over us, and that sun is still going to peek through those clouds, and it's going to heat up to 52 degrees, and then it's going to cool right back down to 35 for at night. So it is going to be a bit colder, but it's going to heat right back up. Looking at across the United States, we see a storm coming through the Pacific Northwest, and then it's just going to affect us a little bit today, just leaving those clouds over us, and then tomorrow you can expect a breezy day and then some rain and some snow throughout the state. So our Utah highs for today, we're looking at normal 40s and 50s. Logan 47, 50 Provo, 50 Salt Lake, 52 Provo, and our friends down in St. George always hitting those nice 60s. They're sitting at a 64. So our Utah highs are looking pretty normal for the day. So our ski resort openings today, they are looking, there's a couple that are opening today. Alta and Snowboard, I'm sorry, they're not opening today, they're opening tomorrow. Alta and Snowboard tomorrow, Park City and Bryan Head on Saturday, Snow Basin Thanksgiving, and I didn't mention it in my graphic, but Powder Mountain is also opening up on Thanksgiving. So let's take a look at our southern 5-day forecast. They are going to have clouds throughout the weekend. Sunday and Monday, there is a 20% chance of rain, and then they're dropping into the 50s for the Thanksgiving week. Now looking at Wasatch Front, we have a little bit of a different pattern up here. Tomorrow we are expected to have 50% chance of snow. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we are expected to have some snow. So that's going to be about an inch of accumulation, and then throughout the so for our Thanksgiving week, we probably should be safe while we travel because there is going to be snow outside on the ground, and I just say beware of those black ice patches because they're going to be there because it's so cold.
So snow in northern Utah, but rain in southern Utah, so at least we'll have that transition for people traveling. So
I'm just glad I'm taking the plane.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'll avoid the roads completely.
Well, not all of us have that luxury, but so warning to travelers, be safe then. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
So there's been a lot of rumors going around, and although BYU may be independent, there's been some talk about them possibly joining another conference.
Yeah, Kelsey, is that a realistic possibility right now?
Well, the rumors have been brewing for a while, and right now BYU is a top priority for the Big 12, the Big East. Big push. The Big East is working hard to get BYU to join their conference. I'll tell you if a decision's been made. And bittersweet, the BYU women's volleyball team has had a great season, but as it comes to a close, it's time to say goodbye to some star players. It's all coming up next on Sports. Pennsylvania officials say they do not have a record of Mike McQueary reporting an alleged sexual assault by Jerry Sandusky on a 10-year-old boy in a campus shower. The then Penn State grad assistant told a friend in an email that he talked with police about what he saw, but State College Police Chief Tom King says McQueary didn't make a report to his department. King says his department does not have jurisdiction on campus, and they don't have reports against Sandusky from anyone. BYU's Board of Trustees meets today, and talk of BYU moving to the Big East is really heating up. The Associated Press is reporting that Big East officials have made adding BYU to the conference a priority. If BYU joins, they will be part of the West Division with Boise State, Air Force, Houston, Louisville, and SMU. BYU would join as a football-only school, but will likely not begin competing in the league until 2013. Kansas State served the BYU women's basketball team with its second loss of the season and first loss on the road. BYU kept out of foul trouble until the end of the second half with 14, better than 26 fouls against Tulsa on Monday, and Kansas took the game 59-46, sending BYU back on the road and returning to Utah for the matchup Saturday against Weber State. Playing college sports is a memorable experience for every athlete, but this week the BYU men's volleyball team will say goodbye to their seniors. 11 sports reporter Otavio Souza tells us more about their final weekend.
The team will face the two last challenges of the season in Provo, and if they win these two matches, they will finish the season in third place of their new conference.
The Cougars are doing a great job in their first season as members of the West Coast Conference. They have a 9-5 record and hope to improve it after this weekend. Head coach Sean Olmstead says that these next two home games are essential for them to ensure the third place.
It's another home game, but these are important. It's finishing the season strong. You've got to finish better than you started, and we've been doing that, and so we want to keep doing that starting Thursday.
Seniors Casey Thurston, Camila Phillips, and Chrissy Carpenter are key players for the Cougars. They will try to help the team with their experience and leadership to beat Gonzaga and Portland. Chrissy Carpenter says that it's good to have family and friends watching her for the last time in the Smithfield house, and that she loves representing the Mormon church and its values.
It's been great. It's been so nice to wear BYU everywhere we go. This school is amazing. Not only like the athletics program, but what it represents.
Right before Saturday's match, the Cougars will hold their traditional ceremony to honor their seniors.
We're honoring them, and then it's game time, and so we've got to get right back into the match right after we tell them thanks and tell them how much we love them and how much we loved having them here.
The Cougars play Gonzaga tonight at 7 p.m. and Portland Saturday at 1 p.m. After that, the Cougars will wait for an invitation to play the NCAA tournament. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Otavio. And it looks like we were having some technical difficulties, so we want to apologize for that. But Saturday's game is senior night for the volleyball team and also for the football team.
All right. Okay, well, we wish them good luck. It'd be really nice for them to finish, with a win. So,
yep,
thanks, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Still to come on 11 News at noon, happily ever after. Is it ever too late for love? We'll show you a Missouri couple who doesn't think so. We'll be right back.
Would you wait an entire lifetime for something like love? CNN reporter Alan Shope shows us how one Missouri couple proves you're never too young to catch the love bug.
It only takes about 2 seconds to say I do. Only thing, sometimes it takes a lifetime to find the person you want to say it to.
Tonight means that I'm starting a whole new life.
That was the case for 96-year-old Fern Schur and 83-year-old Paul Trito. As far as love is concerned, they tied the knot with plenty of time to spare.
We had eaten meals together for a long time, and suddenly there she was. It became evident that she was the one I wanted to be with.
I love him because he's a gentleman. He's kind.
You have come today to enter into the marriage covenant with each other and with your God.
With a combined age of 179, this couple knows a thing or two about good living. And while they've only known each other for just over a year, both have some words of advice for those still looking for love.
It's never too late. You're never too old.
Oh, love is absolutely everywhere. It cannot hide from you.
You may place this ring upon the third finger of her left hand.
I'm nervous.
He's my friend. We all need friends, and we need people who are sincere in their hearts, and he is.
You may now seal your marriage vow with a kiss.
So darling. He's such a charmer. Good for them. Well, we wish them all the best. And that's your 11 News at noon for Thursday, November 17th.
You can join us anytime on our website, 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.